the new contender in the race to coach the NRL expansion club, Joel Gould reporting through AAP, is Sam Burgess is aiming to return to the NRL as a head coach with the Perth expansion job high on the agenda. Ex-Parramatta coach Brad Arthur has been touted as the front runner for the Perth job. Just on that, Brian, how is Brad Arthur touted as a front runner if we don't even have his bosses yet picked?
I don't know. I don't know where this has come from. I was thinking that the other day. If you read some reports, he's basically got the job. And I'm thinking...
But his boss hasn't even been picked yet.
That is one. And as Sam Burgess has alluded to, he's keen to... You would go through I know they've got to act quick.
Yep.
But... Yeah, saying Brad Arthur is the front runner, I'm not sure where that has come from.
Well, your football manager hasn't even been selected yet, so that I find that odd. Anyway, Burgess is currently the head coach of Warrington in the Super League, and his deal expires at the end of 2026, not like Bears head Fletcher, end of 2028. NRL club CEOs call for Sydney Suburban grounds to be axed as final venues. Dean Ritchie reports in the Daily Telegraph. Multiple NRL club chief executives, I don't know how many of them who have gone for this or have called for this have a suburban ground to which they play at. But multiple NRL clubs chief executives have called for the smaller suburban grounds to be axed as finals venues. 17 club CEOs completed an anonymous online questionnaire on how to improve the upcoming final series. I've got to say, though, I kind of agree. Several CEOs.
It's time to get out of the past.
It is. What about this, though? What about in the instance where it's an interstate team? So, for example, if Cronulla Sharks were taking on the Cowboys in week one.
Week one's fine.
No, but not if the Sharks are playing the Bulldogs, for example. Not if the Sharks are playing the Dragons.
No, but
we need to go to a big stadium.
Yeah.
But in the event that a club who would typically host a suburban grand final, if it's an interstate team, I think that it should be fine to keep it at the suburban ground.
No, you can't have these caveats. You can't.
But you can't have the Sharks taking on the Cowboys at Allianz Stadium in front of 20,000 people.
That's fine.
Really?
We'll fill them up. We'll give away some tickets.
Yeah, I believe.
Just this is the problem with rugby league. We sort of say one thing and then we'll go, but if it's this, this, and this, just put a blanket rule over it and say, righto, maybe. Sure, I'll give you week one, but after that, see you later.
Okay. Currently it is week one anyway. Several CEOs replied that obtaining larger crowds and securing a better atmosphere for the games would entail dumping games at suburban grounds like Shark Park, Brookvale, Leichhardt or WIN Stadium. I agree with the better atmosphere. I don't think it'd be a better atmosphere if the Sharks are hosting the Cowboys, for example, at Allianz. Brookvale, Leichhardt, same. Tigers hosting Leichhardt. If Tigers were playing the Cowboys, I'd much rather that game again be at Leichhardt than I would prefer that at Allianz or Accor as an example. One CEO quoted, Brian, as saying Shark Park isn't fit to host a regular season NRL game, let alone a finals game. Whack.
Well, that's fair enough.
Fair enough.
When is that going to be built, by the way? Sure. What's going on down there? Who are the builders?
You might have re-signed with SEN again by then, Brian.
Just thinking, do you feel that this has been leaked for the Sam Burgess? He's been leaked by Wayne's camp. Sam to the Bunnies, Wayne to Perth. Wayne has been very vocal about going, not about going there, but saying, great idea.
Yep.
He loves the Premier. Premier's a Mickey, blah, 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 blah. Do you feel that he might be manoeuvring Sam Sam to the Bunnies, head coach?
Okay.
If I'm going to ask you, who would you target? Because I know exactly who I would take.
Okay, all right. So, gut feel, on three, let's say who we think will be it. Okay, on three. 3, 2, 1, then Wayne, the name, right? Okay, you think Wayne Bennett?
I think Wayne Bennett.
I think Bellamy.
Well, I would, in a perfect world, I would love Bellamy. If I was a North Sydney fan and Perth fan, he would be the man I'd go.
The only thing is for Bellamy is he's been on the record before about grandkids, etc., living in Queensland and Brisbane, right? So... That's what it's not like he needs the money. He's been earning a stack for a long time.
Yeah, money talks.
You think Wayne might be the front runner?
I feel Wayne is the go-to.
Yep.
But it's whether they want to risk. We'll ask Billy a bit later. Billy Moore's coming on. Do they want to get a younger coach to say, righto, well, if we get we might find our own Craig Bellamy.
Who's the best young coach out there, right? So is it Hannay? Is it Dean Young? Is it I'm
someone
talking
who's
about,
not?
Is it Holbrook?
I don't. it's not until you get the head coaching job.
Yep. Holbrook's had a crack.
Yeah,
He did well in hindsight. He's done well.
He compared to what's going on up there now.
Yep.
But, you have a look at all these other... Brad Arthur was an assistant.
Yep.
It's not until you get the job and you are the main man until you can really...
Well, I'll tell you what.
Seraldo was probably the best one.
But year one, we didn't know with him, right? Year one, we don't. We don't know yet with Riles, do we?
No.
So it's hard.
So they've had one come out of... Who's come out of the pen? Oh, Baz came out. So... Peter Wallace,
Andrew Webster.
So if you look at the Melbourne because Evan Chook's assistant coaching, you would say Penrith are so far. They've got the Webster and they've got the Seraldo. So they would be, they're two great coaches.
Yep. And then you've got the Bellamy tree starting to grow, like Riles, Adam O'Brien was there, which cross paths with Robbo.
That's what I'm saying.
Holbrook. So you got these sort of, it used to always be about the Tim Sheens tree and the Wayne Bennett tree.
Yeah.
Now you're getting these. Now it's a Bellamy tree and it's a Robinson tree and it's a Cleary tree starting to come through.
Yeah. South Sydney, Sam Burgess has always said that he would love to coach South Sydney, but it doesn't have to be South.
No.
But the way Wayne's talking, I feel it's going to be Wayne.
Be good exercise, wouldn't it, to go through the existing coaches now as to who was their Yoda, so to speak.
Do you feel that 100 Wayne Bennetts could beat a gorilla? Have you seen what's going on here?
What is going on there?
So someone on the internet just threw it out there and they said, would 100 men beat a gorilla?
Yep.
A silverback?
Easy, wouldn't it?
100 men? I don't know.
100 men.
I've watched...
They all went at once, sure.
I was in New York once. I saw this gorilla climb up the Empire State Building and was swatting planes down.
Did you?
It
Really?
was freaking me out.
Were you there for that?
I was there.
Oh, wow.
He had this little girl in his hand. I feel that what are we throwing in there? Who are you going in there first?
Oh.
I'd throw Nick Kyrgios in there first.
Yeah.
So do your best.
Yeah, just take the shine off the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Tommy could follow him. Tomic.
Oh, yes. I'll throw those two in first.
Yep.
See how they go.
Okay.
You would think 100 men could break down the gorilla.
I think so.
Who's going to be the first, though? You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.